1949, a long time ago, Wolf Barnato and Bernard Rubin drove the famous blower Bentley Old Mother Gun to victory at Le Mans. Today, you should purchase a Bentley with nearly thrice the horsepower from the racing blower Bentley, and drive it to dinner. The fastest, quickest, and the majority powerful production Bentley ever, which happens to become the world's fastest four-seater, the 2017 Bentley Continental Supersports, may be the pinnacle with the brand's performance engineering, just as the blower Bentley was nearly a century ago. But is today's Supersports destined for similarly iconic status? With its 209 mph top speed, 3.4 second 0 to 60 mph run, and creation of 700 horsepower and 750 pounds-feet of torque from your 6.0-litre twin-turbocharged W12 engine, the most recent Bentley Continental Supersports is undeniably a benchmark in super-luxury grand touring. The sheer force with the engine driving all four wheels through its ZF-sourced, 8-speed automatic gearbox is stunning, with big torque delivered effortlessly, along with barely perceptible lag, from 2,050 revolutions per minute to just about 4,500 revolutions per minute. To end it, when deliveries begin in the third quarter of 2017, only 710 Supersports is going to be sold worldwide, and easily 250 which often are earmarked for America, so that it is a rather exclusive pick even among Bentley's boutique line. A convertible version will probably be available to the 2018 model year, which Bentley claims may be the fastest four-seat open-top car on the globe, with a top speed of 205 mph. Acceleration is likewise slightly off the pace from the coupe, with 60 mph arriving in 3.7 seconds. The convertible's suspension is usually somewhat different compared to that with the coupe, having a slight exchange signal of rear suspension geometry, and consequent tune, necessary to make room to the soft top when stowed. But just as much as the Supersports is about the numbers and, let's will, the bragging rights, it's still a Bentley, and yes, it must work as such. That means comfort, style, and luxury in addition to outright pace. To that end, Bentley has cribbed some bits through the rest in the Continental lineup. Damper and chassis settings are the same as the Continental GT speeds. The torque vectoring system comes on the Continental GT3R. Along with the interior is undoubtedly an even more exotic interpretation from the Continental's existing opulence. The result is an automobile that's as refined as it's fast, as comfortable which is quick, and entirely suited to life at speed, possibly at the country club. The Supersports look is aggressive, certainly politically incorrect currently of Teslas and Bolts. The mesh grille, gaping scoops on the nose, vented hood, and fixed rear wing all speak in the righteous overconsumption of gasoline and air. Underlying these hard partying cues may be the Continental's familiar mixture of monolith and curve. An optional X-specification package offers two-tone paint along with other aesthetic tweaks, so when always, Bentley's Mulliner individualization service is usually enlisted to attain nearly any look imaginable. Whether pulling up with a posh valet or even a pit lane, the Supersports looks the part. The pit lane, you may well ask? Yes, the pit lane. While the Supersports is simply by no means suitable for serious track use, which is capable. Although time was limited by just 3 full laps in the famed F1 circuit at Estoril, the fundamental Bentley proved itself being surprisingly nimble and easy to drive at or near to the limit. The quick, light steering makes it simple, allows you to aim the vehicle, as well as the Supersports torque vectoring by brake system grabs the within rear wheel to help turn in. At corner exit, the all-wheel drive system can differ its power application from your usual 40:60 front to rear split entirely from 15:85 to 65 hours 35 minutes, together with the torque vectoring system further adjusting the vehicle's attitude using the brakes. This makes it simple to reach the throttle early and make use of all on the turbo W12 substantial torque and power. Easy, which is, so long as you follow a slow in, fast out style to manage the vehicle's tendency toward understeer with the limit, a behavior induced partially by the Supersports 58 hours 42 minutes front to rear weight distribution. With the brakes used not only to slow the Supersports' mighty 5,027 pound curb weight, in coupe form, The convertible weighs 5,412 pounds, but to manage torque distribution and cornering, you could worry about the thermal capacity in the brakes. But Bentley has specified the Supersports with 8-piston front calipers and single-piston rears, grabbing enormous 420mm, 16.5-inch, front discs and 356mm, 14.0-inch, rear discs, both 40mm, 1.57 inches, thick, making it of carbon ceramic. Bentley says they're the most important of their type on Earth. You'll accept is as true after several 150-mile-per-hour straights trigger 40-mile-per-hour corners. Toward the finish of my 3-lap session, there seemed to be some noticeable softening in the brake pedal, though the Supersports still braked powerfully. Despite the Supersport's surprising track capability, it's not created for such use. It's exactly the only place it's possible to safely uncork all in the car's performance short from the Autobahn. On the street, the Supersports never feel sporky or awkward, working in a mere fraction of that potential, thanks to some extent to the nearly always-on torque and smooth shifting 8-speed automatic. Ride quality is great for a modern large-wheeled car. 21-inch wheels are standard, absorbing all, nevertheless the most sudden and substantial all-road imperfections without untoward effect on the occupants. With its comfortable, roomy seats, with the front rolled, at the least, and smooth ride, the Supersports makes a fine continent crosser. Official US fuel economy figures haven't yet been released, but even assuming slightly poorer highway mileage as opposed to GT speed, due to its 24-gallon tank, the Supersports should still manage a minimum of 400 miles of open road cruising before needing a refill. None in this comes cheaply, mind you. The base list price to the Supersports Coupe starts at $293,300, as the convertible brings that as much as $322,600. But despite all this excellent staking, could be the Supersports truly iconic? After nearly 14 years on the highway, the Continental is now synonymous with Bentley for a lot of, and also the Supersports may be the greatest iteration of their car yet, and oftentimes the last. A completely new version with the Continental is predicted in the next year or so, with new designs and likely sustained performance margins. But the Supersports captures, even when only for an instantaneous, the epitome of Bentley's search for luxury, refinement, and motorsports-inspired performance. It's less than the same thing as standing for the top from the podium at Le Mans, however for 250 well-heeled and highly selective Americans, it will just feel like it. 2017 Bentley Continental Supersports Coupe specifications on sale. Fall price $293,300. Base engine 6.0 liters twin-turbo 4.0 HC 48-valve W12 700 horsepower at 5,900 revolutions per minute, 750 pounds-to-feet at 2,050 to 4,500 revolutions per minute. Transmission 8-speed automatic layout, 2-door, 4-passenger, front engine. AWD Coupe EPA mileage 11/20 mile per gallon, city/highway LXWXH 189.7 by 87.6 by 54.8 in wheelbase, 108.1 in weight, 5,027 pounds. 0 to 60 miles per hour 3.4 seconds, top speed 209 miles per hour.